Well, hi, I'm here with Shotgun Shelly. I'm so excited to be talking with you today.
I'm so excited to meet you.
I mean,
Thank you for
Shotgun,
having me.
yeah, of course. I don't know. Should I call you Shotgun Shelly? Should I call you Melody? Like, what are we doing here?
Shotgun shells is pretty good. I like it.
Did you have a nickname whenever you used to play basketball that was fun like that? Or
I mean, most of the time it was Mel, or Mel
right.
Mel, because my name's Melody. So they didn't really give me a name that's basketball wise,
Yeah.
but I love that one.
I mean, they could do Shotgun Mel, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Shotgun Mel. Now I love
I'll call you
that.
Shotgun Mel. There we go. Is this your first film?
Yeah.
That is so, first of all, you were incredible. And
Thank
I want to
you.
know, what was it like stepping into this new acting venture for you? Like, was the filming process everything you thought it would be? Was there anything that surprised you?
It was very much so. It's crazy. I felt at home. Like I was on set and I just felt like it was exactly where I was supposed to be. I felt super comfortable. There was no anxiety at all. I was like, wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like I've done it my whole life. But it was really cool to see the dynamic of everyone coming together to make things happen. Like my big thing is teamwork makes the dream work. And there's a lot of teamwork to make the dream work when it comes to filming and like everyone coming together, the people that people don't know about that are running around running errands, trying to get the set made up. Like there's cameramen, like people carrying the equipment all day that I'm like, wow, they've had that on their shoulder for 8 hours. Like, yeah, you can put it down here and there to take breaks, but that's a lot. It's a lot of work to make a film happen.
If one thing fails, then the whole thing goes down. So it's definitely teamwork makes a dream work. And I
Yeah.
think it worked out pretty well. So
Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah, you were one of the stars, obviously alongside Nick Cannon. And I want to know, what was that casting process like? Because I think you were the perfect fit. I don't know if it was like made around you, or what was the auditioning process like?
I mean, after the film I read the script and stuff. I was like, this could be made around me in this sense, but no, he was actually casting other people. There was, I guess, some WNBA players, other actresses and supermodels. He had been looking at, I think Bella Hadid was one of the main ones that he had been looking at. And he came to the Basketball Beauties League to cast for some street ball guys that they needed. And then a bunch of the girls to play in the actual games. And I played in that league in 2016. It was the only time I played competitive basketball since college. And it had been 8 years since I had played. And so I played in that league, and the guys that worked for the league had told him, oh, I think there's the perfect girl that could audition for this. And then I auditioned and it happened. So it was just like, I mean, I always say it's God for sure. I've always wanted to do a film that was like love and basketball. And I've put it out there and said it since I was a little girl. And it's just crazy how it all came into alignment. And I for sure feel like this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think you were truly the perfect fit. I mean, like you said,
thank you.
You actually played basketball, and you got a scholarship to, what was it, University of Tennessee
Martin.
That's that's amazing. And then you decided to instead do modeling and acting, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to combine both of those passions. So how great was it to do that?
Yeah, it was crazy to like be able to, basketball's always been in my life, whether I play or not. It always comes full circle. And now here I am playing again. But in the film, it was very hard. Like the pressure in that aspect is so different than in a real game. Like the timing has to be on. You'll have people walking across the court, then you have to shoot the ball, and you're like, you have to make it at this time, and this is going to happen. And I'm like, okay, it's not like you're just playing in a game and you get to play. So that part is really different. That element is definitely like a little, that was more scary to me than doing the like emotional acting scenes, which is I've done less of in my life. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I can't imagine having to hit that like 3-pointer right at the moment. I mean, that is so much pressure. I could never. Not only did you star alongside Nick Cannon, but he was your director. And I want to know, what is he like as a director? Was he strict? Did he give you a lot of creative freedom?
He was actually incredible in that part. Like he definitely gave the ones of us that could do the creative freedom, because he taught me a lot about how sometimes there's actors that come in and they have to go line for line. Like they can't ad lib and add stuff in, and they won't understand when you're doing it either. So you can play off of each other. But the ones that did, he let us play with each other, which was really fun, because we had created these dynamics in our real life on set and became actual friends. So then we got to play together in the film. So it was fun. And he really is good at understanding people and how to get things to come out of them. So I loved having him as that, because it was almost like having a coach off set too. Cause if he would see something or know how I run like my life and like deal with things, I do little like side talks like, Melody, you're not doing good right now. What are you doing? Come on, let's get it together. He would do it from the other side if I needed it. And I'd be like, okay, it's like having a basketball coach. So he was great at that. Yeah.
There were so many fun people in this cast. I mean, KD, you had Evan Ross, you had Chris Brown. I mean, there was a lot of fun individuals on there. So I wonder, what was the atmosphere like on set?
It was like family. We all got along, and like KD has become one of my friends in real life. So it was cool to leave a film and have like a friend that I think is going to be in my life forever. So she was fun. We had trailers right next to each other. We ended up opening our trailers, like they're closed, and we had a middle thing on our second time when we were on set. We opened it up so we could be together and hang out, which is really cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
I mean, gaining a friend from like a film like that, that's got to be so fun.
Yeah, it's just life-changing. Like, I think this is life-changing for me career-wise, and I hope we make an impact on the world and we can change lives in that way. But it's also life-changing with relationships, and relationships are everything in life. Connection is everything. We've learned that obviously with the pandemic going on as well.
Yes, we definitely have. I mean, I've just been so happy to start hugging people again and getting to hang out.
Yeah.
The pandemic taught me
I couldn't give up hugs either. Like I was telling my mom, like, this is never going to work for me. I don't know how I'm going to like walk into a place and be like, don't touch me. Don't look at me. Like, it's weird.
I know. I've never been that person. I've always been the hugger. So I'm right there with you. But
that's awesome.
This cast, I mean, everyone is supposed to be good at basketball. We all know movie magic. We all know that there's some editing going on there. So I'm curious if you did play any like one-on-one games. Who was the actual best basketball player there?
That's the funny thing too about filming. That's the difference in basketball, is like, it was hard for me to play fake defense. So acting in like sports is definitely difficult compared to what people think. Like, you're out there, but you have to be at certain camera angles. They have to catch you, which I know is a partially their job, but at the same time, you have to pay attention to everything. Right. So playing kind of fake defense for me was really hard because I'm aggressive and I kind of like just want to go in, but all at the same time, I'm super tall. So if I was going to go block a shot and I really can't block a shot because it's not going to look good for that part of the scene, I need to kind of stay back and do different things. So learning that was definitely a different type of feeling. And Tammy, I played the one-on-one game with Tammy Bronner, and she actually was in the Harlem Globetrotters. So she is skilled when it comes to like basketball stuff for sure. Like, yeah, she can do things with the ball that I'm just like, yeah, no, I play the game. I'm not doing all these tricks and stuff.
It's interesting to see which ones are the actors and which ones are the real ball players.
Yeah. And you have a lot of ball players in the actual games where they're playing. Most of these girls have played. They did really well at casting. Like, that's why they went to the league and got real street ballers, real dunkers, real girls that have played like overseas or in the WNBA or even in like high school or college basketball. They have some sort of skill. Right. So most of the girls playing did. There's some in there you're going to see on my team, Pretty City, that I end up being on. They are not basketball players, and it's hilarious.
Was there
it was actually difficult.
Was it hard to play with them?
Myself. Yeah. It was really funny because you had to rely on them to get you the ball, and like, they haven't really played, so they don't really know what's going on here and trying to get around, but it was pure comedy too. So it's fun to watch.
There are some serious topics that y'all talk about that you didn't shy away from at all. And I really respected it. And one of those was in the kitchen. It was you and Nick Cannon's character having a discussion. Mm-hmm. And he kind of told you the difference between being prejudiced and being racist. And I wanted to know why you think it's important to add those conversations to a movie like this.
I think it's just important to teach people and really important for people to be open-minded, because you can't be taught anything if you're not open-minded. And I think just by listening to conversations like this, at least it'll plant a little seed in people. I know some people are stubborn and have been raised a certain way, and it's going to take a lot longer for us to come together as a society. But as long as we keep planting seeds, it's going to create change. And my part personally, I've always said, if I'm just an accepting person of people, I see people's souls. I've always been that way. And I hope that by being around me, even on set, by doing this film and you seeing the acting, and then just in real life, if you ever meet me, that I can rub off some of that to people and they'll be more open-minded to accept people of different races and cultures and things, because we all are one and the same. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's just being willing to have the conversations and being open enough to listen. Listening is important. That's how you learn.
Yeah. Is that the message that you think, if your audience walked away with one message, you think kind of just to be open-minded and listen? What do you think the message?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, because it's happening in every household. Like, we won't have any change unless we start teaching our kids from a very young age, because we're not born this way. It comes from, just being what we're taught. And if your parents are teaching you to not accept others, or you're hearing it from outside influences in any way, shape, or form, and you're taking it in, then there's a problem. That's why open-mindedness is something that we all need to have more of, and be willing to listen to people and where they come from, because we all have issues and things that we're going through in our lives. And if we would be more understanding and empathetic, I think we'd be a lot further along in this world.
Absolutely. That's a very good mindset to have. And I hope everyone does walk away with that. And to end on a lighter note, this is hitting movie theaters this Friday, select theaters. And I want to know, when you go to the movies, like, what is your go-to snack?
Oh, I like Raisinets and popcorn mixed.
Thank you. Everyone makes fun of me for liking Raisinets. I'm like, how do you?
Raisinets are the jam, girl.
Melody, you just hit a soft spot in my heart right there. Oh my gosh. Raisinets and popcorn. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So good.
I hope everyone goes and sees She-Ball in theaters or on demand. And I hope they have some Raisinets with them and enjoy the show.
Yes.
So, thanks so much for talking to me, Melody.